everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome back.
I like this. What is this?
I don't know. Who knows?
I
gotta make sure, keep everybody on their toes.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what we do here.
What are you gonna walk into on Fangirlz?
Who knows?
Who knows? Is it gonna be a time you expect? Maybe. Am I gonna schedule it for the wrong time of the day? Maybe.
Seems likely.
Almost did today, but I caught myself.
Hey, there you go. New year, new you, right?
New year, same me. No difference. I'm just gonna bring even more of that energy in this year.
No,
did you do resolution? Are you a resolution person?
No. I got time for that.
Yeah, my friend uses the word intention, which I like, because if you say goals or resolutions, if you don't meet it, it can fall apart. Plus, if you give it like numbers, right? If I'm gonna do so many things a day or a week, you're setting yourself up for failure. Because we're gonna be sick.
Anxiety for me. Yeah.
So instead, I like the idea of intentions. Just here's a vague, my intention for the year. No metrics, right? No numbers to hit. Just keep it in mind as I'm doing things. There's only one. I think did I already talk about this?
I don't think so.
Oh, my only goal of the year. One thing that's actually it either happens or it doesn't happen, which I have talked about with you. That I do want to see an anteater, and that's the only thing that comes on. That's the only thing that falls like an actual resolution. Everything else is just
Well, that's a nice attainable one.
Yeah, work on make sure you're not overscheduling yourself, right? Or trying to be more myself, or unmasking, being but unmasking is in the being more myself, not the physically unmasking. COVID numbers are up, so take care of yourselves.
Right.
Maybe start doing
flu
that
season,
again.
so
just do it. It's honestly forever from now on in winter. If you're gonna be all the people, just put your mask on. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's getting too close to home. Don't just be careful.
It's all right.
Maddie, I was on Amazon and I saw the book cover for Rose, Would You Love a Monster Girl? It might be a horrible book, but the cover caught my eye. I'll check it out.
That seems like your thing.
It does.
You know what else is your thing?
What?
Saving money on your graphic novels.
Love saving money on my graphic novels and collected editions. How do you know?
You can do that at our great sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you can get sometimes up to 60 or more % off. Check out the red tag sale.
You mean I could save money for myself and my resolutions for the
year? Yes. If you want to read more and save more on your books, that's where you go.
Oh my gosh.
And if you are tired of getting burned with your packaging from all the other places,
am I?
There. You go there. It's the best packaging.
Oh, but what if it gets caught in the rain?
Oh, it's happened to me quite many times. Okay. I open it up and it's okay because they put those books in plastic.
Yeah.
And everything's fine. It's beautiful.
So
yeah.
Mark just got a book from IST. 8 lousy bucks.
8 lousy bucks. Honestly, that's a steal. It's
steal.
They're paying you to take that. That's what
you're losing money.
That's right. You're losing money if you don't buy it. Go there. We love that book. So good.
Elliot always tells me that for looking at a sale. He's like, you're losing money in that book. It's so on sale, you're losing it.
There you go.
Love it. I'll try not to sneeze now. It's that time of year, everybody.
I had to
already. It's that time of the year. And you know what's out right now on InStockTrades.com? Cat from Our World and the Forgotten Witch.
That book we want to read.
That book
with the amazing cover.
35% off right now. You can give her for a lousy $9.09.
Honestly, we're going to lose money if we don't buy it from there. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Why would we buy leave my house?
Pay cover price and leave the house?
Go into a chain store?
No.
Barnes & Noble doesn't need my money.
Also, they probably don't even have it. So
they probably don't. All they have right now is a hardcover sale, which I usually don't want as many hardcovers. So
it's not even all the hardcovers like before.
It's only some of them.
Ridiculous.
Gross.
Nasty.
Please. Disgusting. We'll have to get that. That looks really good. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Oh, and you know what else is out, which I didn't realize, is Dark Knights of Steel hardcover volume 2.
There you go.
I loved that first one. It was very good.
Add those both to your cart, Maddie.
Girl,
what are
I
you waiting
know I'm
for?
doing that. You know I'm
Do
doing
it.
that right
Click
now.
them now.
No, I'm
Let's
just
go.
checking it out. Seeing what's happening.
Yeah.
What's going on? Snapping a bunch.
It's hauls and reads. That means you have to haul right now, live on air. Like, buy a haul.
Show
Happy
my credit card
holidays.
information. Just let's go.
Let's go.
Anyways, it's that time. We're hauling.
Mm-hmm.
Happy holidays. Just got my Daredevil Wade reprint and 2 more Giant Days hardcovers. Very
So
nice. Good. Very exciting.
Great haul.
Great haul, great time, great holidays. Let's talk about stuff. So, what'd you get? I know people are buying you books.
People did buy me books. Let me show you some stuff I got. Shall I?
Yes, please. You shall.
Listen.
I try to get a light on, so I'm just in the basement.
So at this point, you and I have both read this multiple times, and every time I read it, I get it from the library or Hoopla, and I was finally like, I'm putting this on a list. I need these books. Why don't I physically own them? And of course, finally. And it's so nice to see the actual chunk of the second one. I know, it's so nice.
They're so nice.
Very excited to actually own those.
You know we love Cosmonites.
Love it.
She got them French flats, baby.
Yeah, they're so nice. So nice.
We love a French flat.
Yeah, of course. This is also one I've also read. Reed got me, but I needed the actual physical edition because I loved it so much, and it's Cryptid Club.
Oh God, Cryptid Club is so good.
It's so good, and the little ghosties glow in the dark.
Oh.
The actual text is like nice and shiny, and pink edges.
It's so good.
What's happening? So I'm very excited to reread this because it's so funny and lovely.
It's surprising how good it is because you look at it like, and even if you just like flip through, you're like, okay, whatever. Yeah. It's really funny.
Yeah, I mean, laugh out loud. Like I don't
laugh out loud
with any books, and I was laughing out loud. So Mothman.
Usually we just read it. We're like, it was really funny, but you read that like,
like actually laughing.
Very good.
Yep, so stoked to get that. I've also already read this one, Scrooge McDuck, The Dragon of Glasgow.
Ooh.
The art in this is so nice. Look at this art.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And the story was so great. So it's one of those oversized, thin Fantagraphics hardcovers, which I like because it makes me feel very productive.
Are you going to tell the author how much you loved it?
What's that?
I thought you were going to tell the author how much you loved it.
Oh, you know what? Not the same guy. No, this is European.
Oh, okay.
No, definitely not him. Thankfully, yeah. These are European artists and writers.
That's beautiful.
I agree. I think I don't have other things around here. I got a few more things, but that's good enough. You got a tease.
I got a little tease of it. So my sister-in-law got me a Secret Santa because like the LA Exterminator has like a Secret Santa deal. And she got me a couple of great things off my wish list. Because I read them online, I don't own them. These are crisp. Yeah, this is I'm so happy about these dumb books. Like, I bring these up everywhere I go at all times.
I have to say, I don't physically have the Superman ones, but I'm assuming they're the same as the Joker ones.
Probably.
They're like little and tight. It's weird.
Yeah, they're very tight.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a good deal. They're like $10, but and IST way cheaper.
Yeah.
Like I've got one of mine for like $2 in the red tag.
Oh yeah. You can get these for so cheap on IST. And you guys have heard us talk about this. I'll talk about them again. But the whole premise of this, which is so for me, is just Superman is really into Japanese chain restaurants, and he takes a lot of his free time to go fly over there and try new stuff. Elon, we won't repeat it. What we said. don't clip it. I'm just kidding.
The binding is very
the binding.
Very not loosey goosey.
It's not loosey goosey, y'all. These books are so funny, and I hope it continues forever. I hope DC always does this kind of stuff because, man, it's so good. It's like it feels like I'm reading like silly fan works and not like a real published thing.
Yeah, I mean, truly. And it's so
like,
nice.
You can't, come on. Is Batman riding on Superman's back? Yes, that happens in the actual comic book.
So what more could you want?
So good. Nothing. I got some lovely gifts from one Jessica Ashcraft.
Yeah, let's go.
I already read one of them. My kitchen's now clean, so now I can finally continue reading in the morning. But the first one is Eat the Rich by Sarah Gailey. I'm not sure what it's about, but I really like the art inside.
So I've read the first maybe 2 issues of that.
Yeah.
I never went back to it, but I'd be curious how that ends.
I'm
what your thoughts
really
are.
excited. I like one review in the back is by Black Nerd Problems, who I love. I love her. Subdued sepia-toned horror. But I'm super excited to read this. And
Spoiler, it's about eating the rich.
I assume. Parker Girls by Terry Moore. So I went ahead and read this. I really should go back and we've got to. Okay, one resolution for the year. We got to have our Terry Moore. Read.
We do.
It's got to happen.
I need to
get
through them.
Same, her too. I did go ahead and read this, and I read it not even knowing it was gonna be Kachu again. And I was like, damn, Terry, she looks just like Kachu. It is Kachu. I mean, these ghosts look real familiar.
He does have the same face syndrome. He does.
Yeah, but it's about
I understand.
Kachu going back into that like secret, like the espionage intelligence work with her sister, and they're like they're dealing with a bunch of these rich guys and trying to solve a murder and figure out what happened, who's behind it, and all this stuff. I had a good time with it. It was fun. It was fun to go back. I missed them, and then reading it made me realize just how much I miss reading Terry Moore, and how much I'm ready to go back. I don't know if this volume is with the new printer or not, but it feels nice. It's just the paper feels so nice. You can see through it a little bit from page to page, but not in a bad way. Like, I love how much Terry's art is like, it just feels like you're reading an old newspaper. It feels like classic newspaper funnies art, but it's not what it is, I missed him. I forgot how much I missed him.
Did you ever read Ever?
No, the one you didn't like that you sent me?
Yeah. I'm just curious. I have to know your
thoughts. Wasn't ready.
It's fair.
It's gonna be this really chunky guy.
Oh, yeah.
Mimosa by
I've read that.
Bon Giovanni. I don't know what it's about. I don't need to know what it's about. The art looks great, and I'm really excited. Looks like a bunch of fun queer friends, I assume. So I'm excited to get into that this week. I've been waiting for it to get really cold so I can turn on my fireplace and just sit downstairs all day and read books. And we're almost there.
Yeah, it'll happen soon.
And as I promised last week, I'll show you one of the books Elliot got me, because Elliot bought me a lot of books. Now, some of them already showed because we kind of started early, but they're all novels. So we would go into a local bookstore and he would just kind of keep buying me things. So that's how I got Gwen and Art Are Not in Love, amongst a few other books. But he also ordered me a lot of my type of romance book. This is one of them. He got me the newest one as well, Soul to Guide. And I know you're wondering, man, what's that about? These two fall in love. Is that a thing with the skull intent? Yeah, it is. And it's big.
I was going to say, that looks like a beast. How many pages are we talking? I have to know.
We gotta look. It's serious. Oh, yeah, because it's not even when you get to the end, there's just preview for the next book. It's just still going. 628.
Wow.
I love these. They're full of lore. Not every romance reader can handle this bad boy because they they're there for one thing only, right? So they're little books, but not this. Wow. Obal Rain would never. And she has given me 2 new of these books to read. I've got 2. Yeah, he got me these 2, and then the latest Ice Planet Barbarians book, because I
There you go.
I have a type. But he also gave me, I think I already showed it on here, but I don't remember.
Oh,
this Frankie from the
love him.
Wano arc. And he's a big pop figure. He's much bigger than regular pop figures, but not like the giant size, but he's so cute.
I love him.
He's got this cute little, because he's in disguise in Wano.
Nice.
Everybody, when they go to Wano, has Japanese names instead. So he's Frinosuke. He's working as a carpenter instead of like a shipbuilder. But they released Wano ones for all of the Straw Hats. They're really cute, but this is the one I absolutely had to have. Because
of course,
I love pop figures. Some of them just look like anybody else.
Yeah, sure.
But Frankie always looks like
quite
Frankie.
Unique. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It looks
good.
It looks different. And I was going to bring the 3D printed Donna Troy that my friend made me, but I would have had to take it all the way up here. And what if I dropped it? You know?
Understandable.
How long would that book take you to read? 2 days? The Obal Rain one? I would not be surprised if I finished it in a day. I'll be real with you.
I was going to say, like, you probably just need a night or something, right?
Because typically how I've been reading the past year, as long as my kitchen is clean, I have a little, like, what are they called when they're like the cozy nook, like a breakfast nook. We have a breakfast nook. And so I sit there in the morning with my coffee and my breakfast and I start reading. So I can have a low dopamine morning. But then I don't want to stop reading. So then I bring it with me to work and I do a task and then I read and I go back and forth. So a lot of times I'll finish things before the end of the day. Like I just read How Do You Live? Which is what the new Hayao Miyazaki movie is based off of, The Boy and the Heron. I don't know how it's based off of it, but apparently it is. I started that in the morning and I finished it before lunch. Like,
it's amazing.
That's just what happens.
You're so good at reading.
Thank you. But now I'm questioning it because I was listening to this book. I'm almost done with it. The Cat Who Saved Books, which I really love so far. I don't want to give a full review until I'm done, but for me right now, it feels like a book for people who love books. Because this cat goes to this boy named Kintaro, whose grandfather passed away, runs a bookstore. And he's like, hey, we have to save these books. They're being trapped or they're being hurt. And they go to this it's almost like this like fantastical where they go to this house and they meet somebody who's just not treating books well. And they just ran into somebody that was like, he was cutting part books to try to make summaries or synopses because like people are too busy. They're like, yeah, I can teach them the speed read, but I need to make it even more condensed because they don't have time. And it's all about how like maybe you should actually slow down and try to enjoy your books better. And I was like, don't at me like this. But I enjoy them though.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine.
That's different.
Oh, and then this is not something I own, but my friend lent me. And so I got to read this and return it to him. But The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, volume.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. They're silly, and he's got 100 soulmates, and he has to like be with all of them, or else they're gonna die young or whatever. And so he's just genuinely. This would be creepy normally, and there's some pervy stuff in here, but he's so genuine. Like he's just like that. What's good about it is that he's so like, no, I love you, and you're my soulmate. I want to do what I can to make you happy. It's like one of them's a masochist, and she's like, oh, just fight me, beat me up. But he's like, I can't do that. That's too much. But he does this whole thing where he's like, he turns her down. He's like, oh, I don't actually like it. I don't want to be with you. And she's like, oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you. And he just like throws up. He's like, that was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but I want to do it for you. It's weirdly sweet.
Wow. Okay.
Last issue, the last volume, there was a character in there that really did not vibe with me. I did not like that, but the rest I'm mostly okay with. And like the anime just started. So that is my haul.
Nice.
You want to talk about any of your reads? Because I know you were squeezing them in at the end.
Yeah. I got caught up with, I don't know why I didn't grab a volume. Well, I did. JK. I got caught up with, of course, the one that you need to read. I know. That's right. And they're all so good. So there are 4 volumes. Actually, yeah, it ended with 4 volumes. So there are only 4, which is great. I thought it had a great ending. I was sad to see it end, but
Yeah.
very much made me be like, Maddie, you need. It's only 4 volumes, Maddie. Now you
I love Yakuza. And I love kittens.
Come on, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I
Right.
loved it so much. So I was very happy to do that. I just finished this last night. I married my female friend.
Tell me everything.
So it is from the person who put out Donuts Under a Crescent Moon, which I really liked. I actually need to read the last volume of that. But it's been so long, I feel like I have to reread them all now.
Yeah.
They're only 4, but whatever. So I just immediately got this with some store credit I had because I was like, what's that title? What's happening? So it is about these 2 friends who make a pact when they're a certain age. And they're like, hey, if 5 years from now, like, we're going to be able to get married legally.
Which
so,
is
like,
such a hetero thing to do. To talk to your best female friend and be like, man, if we don't find anybody, let's just get married.
Right.
So hetero.
It's so what everybody does. Right. So 5 years go by, of course, and they're not with anybody. So they decide to get married. And they are friends and they get married. And they're just friends. But of course, what do you think is going to happen? Because they're married.
No, you're married.
So, this volume was really about like what they both want from a relationship and a marriage and cohabitating together. And it was just like it didn't immediately jump to where you think it's going to jump, right?
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to more of it. I don't know how long it's going to be, but it was interesting.
I'm already thinking I'm gonna like budget some money for next time I visit you, so I can just buy books.
You should, and I'll tell you everything to buy. It'll be great. I also read Woods. So this one was wild because obviously it was going to be a horror comic. I mean, there's a bunny in the back. Come on, Gary. So, Anya over here. Sorry, I keep having a cough.
You're all good.
So this was set during the pandemic, focused around this couple, this white woman and her black husband. And I say all that to say they're in, I forget what, I'm not even sure if they say the state, but they're in a very rural place, right? Yeah. And people are being terrible, as you can imagine. So they're like, you know what? Let's go to the woods. Let's go to the woods and live in the woods. Like, let's make a house.
We've all been there, honestly.
Honestly, and especially during, you know, the height of COVID, I feel like we were all like, forget it.
I was at many a cabin.
Yeah. So this also includes like the woman having like a mental break, like a legitimate one, and stuff's going on, and you wonder if she's hallucinating or if she's not. And it was very interesting and wild, and I really enjoyed it. So I would recommend, if you don't mind something set in that time period, because it very much references it.
Yeah.
And some people, you know, obviously don't want to hear about that. But it was a good time. So definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I don't know. I have other things, but you know, just typical stuff you expect from me. Like I'm caught up on cat massage therapy. You know, things like that.
Of course.
Yeah.
I had a pretty good time. Look at I stopped reading as much towards the end because I was so busy with just holidays.
Understandable.
And there's things I started towards the end that I haven't finished, so that's kind of on the way. What's your goal for the year?
Oh, well, let me tell you about this, Maddie. So I got thoughts. So I started off by putting 300.
Yeah.
I've already changed it.
Yeah.
Went down to 200.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of going down to 100. Here's the deal. Do I hope I will exceed it? Absolutely. But am I very much just like, I'm not forcing myself to do anything this year. That's my plan. We're talking like resolutions. That's it. Like
I think you should always make it lower than it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, every year I'm too much. I have to bump it down anyway. So I'm like, I may do 100. I may go down even more. Forget it.
Yeah, I set 100 last year. I read 200.
There you go.
And I was like, I'll put it at 150 just to be reasonable. And whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Because I was looking through a lot of people. I was like, I wonder everybody else doing. I'm looking through a lot of people's, and they're low to what I thought. Like, Jess has 50 books. I was like, you're going to read more than 50 books.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just interesting to see what is on. Tina has 150. She's already read 8, which sounds about right. She has Hoopla, so she's just been reading manga nonstop. And she's reading the Apothecary. I wish I had Hoopla. God. I need to talk to my mom and then use.
I was gonna say you have relatives.
I need to, because it's just for manga. Because I've been watching a lot of anime lately. I'm back in my. I am in an anime stint right now. But the problem is I catch up and I am dying to read the rest. But a lot of these have so many volumes because they've been running for years. And, Christmas just happened, so a lot of the bundles are sold out on Crunchyroll.
Mm.
And I have got to read the rest of Apothecary Diaries. I've got to read it because I watched it and I'm so in. It's about this. Did I talk about it already? Apothecary Diaries?
Maybe, but I want to hear it again.
So this main girl, Mao Mao, her dad works in an apothecary. He's a local doctor. But I guess they have a lot of debt. And so she also works at a local brothel. She doesn't actually work in the brothel. She just assists and does cleaning. Because she's short. She's not exactly well endowed. And she also puts freckles on her face to look uglier. So she's not taken. Because she's worried that people outside the brothel, if they don't get what they want, will assault her. One day she's out collecting the oil that she uses for her freckles. And she doesn't have them on. And she's getting kidnapped. And they sell her to the palace. So this is set in a period in China where you have an emperor and you have his main concubines. Which I don't know if you ever watched anything about that. It's a great setting for any political intrigue or even romance story, weirdly. Because you have the emperor, you have his 4 main concubines, and she has her own ladies in waiting, and they have their own palaces in the imperial palace. There's this whole system. And it's really interesting. But she ends up being sent to work there. She gets sold there. And they don't check to see that that's legit. Because the people are oh, she's our family, we're selling her. Because families do that. And she ends up figuring out why the 2 of the main concubines, their babies are getting sick, potentially dying. It's because their face makeup. And she doesn't really want anyone to know that she's that smart because she's worried what might happen. So she sends a message. But eventually the head eunuch, who's definitely not a eunuch, of course, she's very handsome. He's not a eunuch. He figures out that it's her and then hires her to be one of the main concubines lady in waiting as a taster, which is great because she loves poisons. Mao is a weirdo. So what I describe, she's a total weirdo. She's not into things most people are into. She sees a handsome guy and she's like, whatever, I don't care. She loves medicine. She loves figuring that kind of stuff out. She doesn't want anybody to bother her. She just wants to test poisons on herself and learn how to treat people's illnesses. That's what she's super into. Oh, and drinking. She likes drinking. But she ends up becoming indispensable because she's finding all these ways to save people in the palace and just having to deal with the expectations of the palace, while also standing up for herself and being this kind of just, I don't know. She doesn't fit into the mold. But of course that really handsome eunuch, who's definitely not a eunuch, is so into her because she's not into him. And he's like, oh my God. No one's looked at my beautiful face and not fallen for me immediately. So it's very sweet. So it's this romance, but also you have the intrigue of the Chinese imperial palace. So I watched all of it, and let me pull a picture of it. I am dying to read it now. I've got to read it. I'm gonna lose it.
So you're saying it's definitely on Hoopla?
Yeah, because it looks like Tina's reading it, which means it must be. So I'll show you one of the images. I don't know if this is from the light. Yeah, it's from the manga. Because there's light novels and there's the manga. The Apothecary Diaries. So the style itself is really cute. And she's great and like a total weirdo. Like, they'll do stuff and he's like, oh, you're eating these flowers, so it's edible. And she's like, oh yeah, but it's poison. He's like, oh, what the fuck?
What's wrong with you?
And she's like, I just want to test it. It's great. I love poisons. She's great. Look at her. So cute.
Yeah, the covers are good.
Ugh.
That's exciting. You got me checking Hoopla.
Yeah, that one. Delicious in Dungeon, because the anime just started. So I'll be reading some of that this weekend. That's the problem with the anime. You watch it and you're like, oh no. Now I have to read all of it. Like, another one that I think you and I should read if we can find it. Oh, it's not on Hoopla?
Yeah, I was going to say, I just checked.
Oh, man, where is she reading it? Maybe she got it from the library. Or she's reading it legally. Kaguya-sama Love is War, which I think has it does have a manga, which I feel like is right up our alley. Let me find the image from the manga if I can. Debate on whether to get Electra Black, White, and Blood Treasure Edition. I have never read any Electra.
I haven't either.
So I could not tell you. But maybe other people can. Okay, so this one, I'm hoping the manga, I don't know if other people read the manga, but if it's as good as I thought the anime is, I think you'd like it. So these two main characters, they're in a student council together. And it's the president and vice president, and they love each other. But the problem is they're both intellectuals, and they don't, to them, they're like, if I confess, I'm losing the battle. I want him to confess to me first, or he's like, I want her to confess to me first. So they keep trying to develop these elaborate plans because they kind of know they would like something. They don't know for sure, to get the other one to like confess or do something. Like in one episode, they're like, okay, I'm going to do this elaborate plan to check the weather and make sure that he doesn't bring his bike that day. And I'll make sure that I don't bring my umbrella. So then he'll have his umbrella. And that way we'll have to walk under the same umbrella. But the problem is they both planned for that. And they both brought their umbrellas, but they both pretend like they didn't bring their umbrellas. So now they're stuck there. Being like, oh man, this is crazy. And then they're like, okay, I got to convince them that I know they have an umbrella. And so this whole like back and forth inner monologue, because they refuse to stand out to each other, even though they both like each other.
Cute.
It's so good. It's so good. Anyways, I just rambled, but
love that.
It's the anime era right now.
It's happening.
And now I've got to read all this shit. That's the problem. I just wish there was more online anime thing. Shonen Jump's not enough. And then I already forgot about that other Shonen Jump thing. It's just Viz?
I never even tried it. I'm paying for Shonen Jump, but I haven't used it in months.
I probably will soon. But it's Viz Monga. What's on here? I hate that it's separate. I wish I could just like...
Yeah. Why can't you just like pay a few more dollars and both?
Yeah.
Doesn't really make sense.
Hayden, we are.
Hey, Hayden. I hope you are too.
Kristan got a book that mentions Glasgow.
Oh, yeah.
Kaguya-sama setting feels a little bit like Special A. Oh, like Special A. I try to get into it, but anytime I watch the anime, I can only think about Special A. That's fair. Okay. Let's look at... Oh, yeah. We decide we're going to read.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick, do you want to look at this Viz Manga list of books with me?
Sure.
James says, I will love the Viz Manga app.
Of course.
Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So. Oh, they got Freerin. We can read Freerin together. The anime's good. Okay. 436 chapters ago, we can't communicate.
That's pretty great.
This one. Alex said to read this. And
oh, yeah. Cool. I remember him saying that.
So that could be fun. And this is only $2. How Do We Relationship is on here.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Whatever Yakuza Lover is.
Something for you.
Something for me.
We can read all thousands of chapters of Case Closed.
No. Hard
No.
pass. No, thank you. Especially since it's all supposed to happen within a year, which is crazy. That's so ridiculous. Just Jess says by the 1000th she will learn to communicate. Comey. Oh, I'd love to read a manga this month. I'm in the mood. Oh, Cats of the Louvre, because I haven't read it.
And I haven't.
You have?
And I've read it, but I'll read it again.
It's like a threat. I haven't. I've read, and I'll read it again. Just you watch. I guess a lot of the stuff is older stuff. What a random thing! Like, here's some cute stuff. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, read all of Inuyasha. You would like Kimi Todoke.
Oh, I've read a lot of it. I read a lot of it from the library. I would like to read Mason and Coco with you.
Oh god, what if we let's just reread My Love Story.
Someday.
It's so good. And not read Utsuna because it wasn't even gay. It's so stupid. Oh, you said you didn't like this, right?
I think I gave it like a 3. It was fine.
Yeah.
I needed more from that.
Why? There should be more on this. Why aren't there more manga things?
I agree.
What do you want to read this month? What are you feeling like?
I
gotta start a new Google Doc.
I'm like glancing around. Like, what do I have? What do we have?
January. Wait. Fangirlz reads 2024. Boop. January. What's your vibe for January, do you think? What kind of energy are you trying to bring in? It's the first month of the year.
I'm feeling cozy.
You feeling cozy, okay.
My first thought is we could have a reason to read the 5th volume of Heartstopper.
That's true.
I would probably reread all of them, honestly.
I would too. All right, let's say, when would you like to do Heartstopper? Is that like
depends on the rest of the picks.
Okay, let me just write these down. So Heartstopper.
Yeah.
I'd love to throw a manga in there.
Let's go.
Would you be, of course, you don't have a Viz Monga subscription, but it's only $2. Would you be open to trying Insomniacs after school?
I'd be more open to read something on Shonen Jump app.
Okay, let me check Shonen Jump app. Let's see what we've got.
I'm on a pretty strict budget at the moment.
All right. Let's see what's here. We read Spy Family. We haven't read more Spy Family. Do you want something new?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. What's something that could be? Oh shit! Kaguya-sama Love Is War is on here.
I'll read it. I mean, I don't know how long it is.
Oh wait, I wouldn't read all of it because it's really long. But
okay.
We could read an amount of chapters that works for you. Oh, or there's a new hockey manga.
Okay, we love that. Let's do that.
Okay, and it only has 15 chapters.
What's it called?
Dogs Red.
Dogs Red.
Okay. Let me hide. I'll share my screen so you can see. Yeah, let's read this hockey manga.
Oh, 100%. Dogs
Okay.
Red. Got it. Okay. Yeah,
right.
Let's go. It's
Perfect.
hockey season.
Okay, let's see. What's a good final contender? Something easy access, but cozy. Chat, what's a good easy access but cozy? Anything
I mean,
new
it
you
doesn't
got
have
that
to
you
be
want
cozy. But,
I mean, I assume Dogs Red will not be. It'll be cozy to me.
I'll enjoy it too.
I love sports manga. Hmm. I don't know. There's something we both have we haven't read.
We can look around. Pick the next one next time.
That's true. Okay, so what do you want to read next week? Do you want to start short and go Dogs Red and then go Heartstopper after?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, perfect. Look at us. We did it.
That's the 14th.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
And then let's talk schedule because 14th I can do. The week after I'll be at MagFest, so I'll have to do a Wednesday. Let me check my. Well, we can figure out. We'll figure it out after that. We'll just say we'll be here next Sunday.
Okay.
And then we'll figure out from there.
Cool.
Look at us.
Look at us doing things, scheduling stuff.
Wow. Crazy.
Not me.
Not me? You have any other shows coming up? Being chill?
We should be doing something Thursday. We haven't had a reading update this year yet. Mary's been sick, sadly. So there should be something Thursday unless it changes, but that'll be fun.
I'll be on Oregon Reader Tuesday with Ren and Tina talking about Delicious in Dungeon volumes 1 through 3. So if anybody started the new anime and likes it, come on, hang out. That one's very cozy. It's just about people going to the dungeon and figure out how to cook monsters so you can save money.
Love that.
It's very cute.
You can get that manga on InStockTrades.com.
Oh yeah, you can.
Check them out.
Oh yeah. As we'll see you all next time. Stay healthy. Probably mask up. It's probably your best bet. Wash your hands a lot. Take care of yourself. If you're stressed, you're more likely to get sick. I know that absolutely happened to me before the break. So
I get it too.
Yeah. Don't set really hard resolutions. You're just putting more stress on yourself.
Nobody got time for it.
Nobody's got time for it. Check out InStockTrades.com for all your collect editions. And we will see you next time. Goodbye.